by having this magnificent building named for me. When I was first asked my response to have the building named for me, I replied, during my 25-year tenure as president of KSU, I had the unwavering loyalty and support of my family, our staff, our faculty, administration, and students, and this wonderful community. I share this moment with them. Let me say again that I do indeed share this moment with all of you, and add that I am ever so grateful to all of you for making this moment possible. Now, a memory. Our family was vacationing in Florida in late July of 1981. Early, I had interviewed for the presidency of then Kennesaw College, but I hadn't heard a thing for a while and figured I was completely out of the running. Like most Americans at the time, I was watching the royal wedding of Prince Charles and Diana on TV when I received a phone call. I went to the next room to talk and then came back all excited to tell my husband that I had been offered and accepted the presidency of Kennesaw State. Fantastic, he replied. What's the salary? I don't know, I didn't ask. Did you make any provisions for me? He inquired. Well, we didn't talk about it. Do we get a moving allowance? You know, it never came up, Joel. When do we have to be there? In 3 weeks. Joel gave me that exasperated look that only an aggrieved husband can muster. He shrugged his shoulders. He said, well, let's go get your children and go home and get packing. And so it began. An adventure that has left me in memories rich up to this day. There's a saying that your memories must not overshadow your dreams. Your dreams are your aspirations for the future. And now, as KSU moves into its bright future, I have a fond hope that it will always seek to be, first and foremost, a university of meaning. Let me illustrate. In the aftermath of a terrorist attack on New York on September 11, 2001, remember that day? A speaker came to the KSU campus and related this incident. A man emerged on that fateful day from the rubble and the ruin of the second tower, still clutching his briefcase, blanketed with dust and debris, clothes torn, his face covered with cuts. A police officer approached him and said, "Come with me, sir. You're in a state of shock." The man pulled himself up to his full height and he stared for a moment at the policeman and said, "I'm not in shock. I'm fully cognizant for the first time in my life, fully cognizant of what really matters." Ooh, that sent a shiver through the audience. It set us to think, to reflect how profound it is to have that shock of recognition, to be fully aware of what fully matters, of what is really important in our lives. At about the same time, I was reading Carl Sandburg's Remembrance Rock. In that novel, the protagonist goes once a year to a particular rock and asks 3 questions. Who am I? Where do I come from? Where am I going? I was inspired. I wanted our school to be a university of meaning, not just a collection of courses, not just a place to drop in to pick up a degree or get a certificate. I wanted our students to be concerned with how to make a meaningful life, how not just to make a living. So I had a 32-ton rock put on campus. And at graduation, I gave each student a little rock in a black mesh net with an attached list of questions. Stop by the Remembrance Rock.